Europe, every single country in Europe has such a litany of laws that could hypothetically prosecute this sort of speech, this sort of behavior. But to what John was saying, we have the emergence of what is being called in the British context two-tier policing. In fact, our Prime Minister is now known as two-tier Keir for this reason. Yeah. And so what we see is such vaguely worded, and they really are, these hate speech laws, extremely vaguely worded, very broad in how they're formulated. So what this allows for is arbitrary enforcement. And so we have these laws being arbitrarily enforced in line with what those in power want. And the fact of the matter is that those in power in Europe are terrified of dealing with some of the challenges related to integration of Muslims across the continent. And so what we've seen, and I've documented this in the research that we've done in the cases that we have, is a lot of these hate speech laws are being applied against Christians, including things such as we've already talked about, silent prayer or pictures of Bible verses and so forth. So it's hard to answer the hypothetical because on the one hand, the laws would allow for this sort of thing to happen. On the other hand, we see this two-tier policing where, in fact, what's happening is these laws are being applied against Christians and others for speaking out against other issues in our society.
And just maybe because I'm sitting in the American chair here, I do also want to emphasize that the two-tiered system is wrong, and in our system, it would violate equal protection and the due process of law and things like that. But even if it wasn't a two-tiered system, it's wrong. And that there are so many reasons why we should be giving a robust defense of free speech. It allows us to speak the truth, to expose lies. It allows social progress. The most fundamental civil rights movements that we've had have been against what government authorities have wanted and against the cultural moment. So again, while it puts us to hearing things we don't want to hear, deeply offensive speech, if it doesn't cross into the line of imminent incitement to violence or into conduct, there are strong reasons to protect that speech. And statistics, social studies tell us that when you allow robust free speech, you will have stronger, more stable democracies and societal progress in a way that you otherwise don't. So I think the two-tiered system is wrong, but even if it wasn't a two-tiered system, it is still wrong to impinge on the right to speak one's mind peacefully.